If you are 60 or older and you are keeping cash at home right now, in a drawer, in an envelope, in a safe, under a mattress, there are 5 things happening in 2026 that you need to know before your next trip to the bank. Not because keeping cash is illegal, it is not. Not because the government can walk into your home and take it, they cannot. But because the rules around how cash moves in and out of your bank account, how it gets reported, how it gets flagged, and what happens to it if something happens to you, those rules just changed in ways that most seniors keeping cash at home have never been told about. And the consequences of not knowing are not small. They are the kind of consequences that compound quietly for months before they arrive as a letter, a hold, a review, or a family dispute that nobody saw coming. Today we are walking through everything you need to know before it is too late. Which city and state are you watching from right now? Drop it below immediately. Because cash rules interact with state laws in ways that are specific to where you live, and I need to know exactly how many people in this community this is already affecting. Drop your city and state right now. Here is the first thing you need to know, and this is the one that is catching the most seniors off guard when they make their regular bank deposits. The $10,000 cash reporting rule has not changed, but the enforcement around it just got significantly more aggressive in 2026. When you deposit more than $10,000 in cash in a single business day, your bank is legally required to file a currency transaction report with the federal government. Most seniors keeping large amounts of cash at home know this. What most of them have never been told is the structuring rule that sits directly alongside it. If you deposit $9,000 today and $8,000 next week, not because you planned it that way, but simply because that is how your cash accumulates, an automated monitoring system may flag that pattern as deliberate structuring. Structuring is a federal crime, and the automated system does not ask about your intentions. It identifies the pattern and files a report, without telling you. Have you ever deposited large amounts of cash in multiple trips to avoid a single large deposit? Yes or no? Drop it below right now along with your city and state. Because the number of seniors doing this as part of completely normal cash management who have no idea it can generate a federal flag is one of the most important things this channel has ever looked at. Here is the second thing. The one that is specifically relevant for seniors keeping cash at home because of distrust in banks or concerns about account access. Cash kept at home is not protected the way bank deposits are. Unlike bank accounts, cash at home has no federal insurance protection. If it is stolen, destroyed in a fire, or lost, it is gone. There is no FDIC coverage. There is no fraud protection. There is no recovery process. Bank deposits up to $250,000 per depositor per institution are federally insured through the FDIC. That insurance costs you nothing. It protects everything. And the cash sitting in a drawer or a safe at home right now has zero of that protection, regardless of how carefully it is stored. Capital skyline. Here is the third thing. The estate and inheritance problem that most seniors keeping cash at home have never considered, and that creates serious consequences for their family after they are gone. Cash kept at home and not documented anywhere creates an immediate problem at the time of death. If your family does not know the cash exists, it may never be found. If they find it without documentation of where it came from, the IRS may treat it as unreported income and assess estate tax liability on money that was already taxed when it was earned. And if the cash is found and reported to an estate attorney without documentation showing it was legitimately accumulated savings, it can create legal complications in the estate process that delay distribution of assets to your family for months. Document your cash today. Write down where it came from. Write down how much is stored and where. Store that documentation with your will and your other estate planning documents. Give a trusted family member or your estate attorney a copy. That documentation protects your family from a problem that nobody thinks about until it is already creating hardship. Which city and state are you in right now? Drop it below. I am asking again because I want every person in this community represented in the comments. Your city, your state, right now. Here is the fourth thing: the home insurance gap that most seniors keeping cash at home have never checked. Most standard homeowners insurance policies limit coverage for cash kept on the premises to between $200 and $500. That means if your home is burglarized and $10,000 in cash is taken, your insurance company is legally obligated to pay you $200, not $10,000, not what was actually stolen, the policy limit for cash, which is almost certainly far less than what you are keeping at home right now. Call your insurance company today. Ask specifically what your current policy's cash coverage limit is. If that limit is lower than the amount of cash you keep at home, ask about a rider or endorsement that increases that coverage. The additional premium is almost always significantly less than the financial exposure of keeping uninsured cash at home. Here is the fifth thing, the one that connects everything we have covered today into a single picture most seniors have never seen assembled clearly. The reasons most seniors keep significant cash at home are legitimate. Distrust of banks after experiencing account holds, concern about electronic fraud, desire for immediate access to funds without a card or a PIN, emergency preparedness. All of these are real concerns. None of them are unreasonable. But in 2026, every one of those legitimate concerns has a banking solution that provides better protection than cash at home. Without the structuring flag risk, without the zero insurance coverage, without the estate documentation problem, and without the home theft exposure. A high-yield savings account at a federally insured institution provides FDIC protection, earns interest, and can be accessed the same day through an ATM or branch visit. A dedicated emergency fund account, separate from your primary checking account, provides psychological separation of emergency funds while maintaining full insurance coverage. A small home cash reserve for genuine emergencies, $200 to $300 maximum, covers immediate needs without creating the documentation, insurance, and legal complications of keeping thousands of dollars in cash on the premises. Here is exactly what you do right now, today. Count your cash. Document where it came from and how much is stored. Put that documentation with your estate planning papers and give a copy to a trusted family member or your attorney. Call your insurance company and ask specifically what your homeowner's policy covers for cash on the premises. Get the number. Compare it to what you actually have at home. If your cash at home exceeds $1,000, consider opening a dedicated savings account at a federally insured institution and depositing the excess in amounts that reflect your normal income pattern, rather than large lump sums that could generate a structuring flag. If you plan to make any cash deposit above $5,000, contact your bank in advance and tell them the source of the funds. That one phone call creates a documented explanation that prevents the automated flag before it is generated. One final thing. Scammers are specifically targeting seniors who keep cash at home right now, calling and claiming to be law enforcement, IRS agents, or utility companies, demanding immediate cash payment and threatening arrest, service disconnection, or property seizure. These calls are scams, every single time. No legitimate government agency demands immediate cash payment over the phone. No legitimate utility disconnects service without multiple prior written notices. If any call arrives demanding immediate cash payment and threatening consequences, hang up. Then call your local police department directly using the number on their official website. Has this video changed how you think about the cash you are keeping at home right now? Drop yes or no in the comments, along with your city and state. Like this video if it showed you something you needed to know. Share it with every senior in your family who keeps cash at home. And subscribe right now, because the next investigation covers exactly how to safely transition home cash into a protected account without triggering a bank flag. The system has rules. You deserve to know what they are. Take care of yourself.